I need to talk about this because what is even happening in General Hospital right now? Like, Min genuinely feels like I just got dragged through a psychological war zone and Sidwell is out here playing chess while everyone else is playing checkers. Okay, let's get into it because this storyline, it's not just drama anymore. It's strategic manipulation on another level. So, first of all, Laura. Min has watched her for so long, okay? She's always been strong, calculating, someone who can stand her ground. But now, she's being completely consumed by Sidwell, and the spoilers are making it very clear. Sidwell is not just an enemy. He's an obsession in Laura's mind. And honestly, can you blame her? Sidwell is being built up as this untouchable, almost omnipresent villain. The kind that doesn't just attack you physically, he gets into your head. And that's exactly what's happening to Laura. She's paranoid, she's pressured, she's making decisions out of fear, and that's exactly where Sidwell wants her. And this is where things start getting messy. Laura is so scared, so convinced that Sidwell is dangerous, which, let's be real, he is, that she literally asks Kevin, her own husband, to take their grandson out of town. Out of town! Like, Min had to pause and just sit there for a second. Because that's not a small decision. That's not, oh, let's go on vacation. That's fear talking. That's a grandmother saying, I don't think I can protect you anymore. That hit hard. But here's where my emotions start going all over the place because while she's sending her grandson away, Lulu is still in town. And I'm like, wait, hold on. So you're evacuating one family member, but leaving another in what might be a literal war zone? Does that make sense to anyone else? Now, yes, Laura believes Lulu is safe. Why? Because Nathan and Dante are around her. Two cops. Two men who are supposed to be capable, protective, alert. But, come on. This is Sidwell we're talking about. Min doesn't care if there are 10 police officers standing next to Lulu. If Sidwell wants to get to her, he will find a way. That's the kind of villain they're building here. The kind that doesn't play by rules, doesn't fear consequences, and definitely doesn't hesitate. And Laura, she might be underestimating him in the worst possible way. She thinks Lulu is untouchable. But is she really? Or is that exactly the illusion Sidwell wants her to believe? And then we get to the part where Laura starts to feel like she's gaining control again. This is where I started yelling at my screen. Because you know, when a character thinks they're finally one step ahead, that's when everything collapses. Laura starts planning. She starts moving. She decides to team up with Ezra to take Sidwell down. And I was like, okay, maybe we're getting somewhere. Maybe she's going to fight back strategically. But no, because here's the thing that's driving me insane. Laura doesn't realize she's still being watched. Sidwell hasn't lost control. He never did. He's probably been 10 steps ahead this entire time. And the spoilers hint at something that made my stomach drop. Pascal? Is Pascal spying on Laura? Because if he is, then everything Laura is planning is already compromised. Every conversation, every alliance, every move Sidwell already knows. Can we just take a second to appreciate how terrifying that is? It's not just that Sidwell reacts, he anticipates. He lets people think they're making progress only to crush them at the perfect moment. And speaking of being crushed, Ezra. Oh my god, Ezra. This is where things go from tense to absolutely brutal. Because Laura and Ezra barely even get the chance to act before everything falls apart. And the spoilers are basically screaming that Ezra might be attacked and possibly killed. Killed! Like, are we serious right now? And the worst part? It's not even surprising. Because Sidwell has already shown us what he does to people who betray him. Dalton. Let's talk about Dalton for a second. Because his death wasn't just a plot point. It was a warning. He challenged Sidwell. He thought he could resist. And what happened? He paid for it with his life. And now Ezra is walking down the exact same path. And I'm sitting here like, do you not see the pattern? Sidwell doesn't forgive. He doesn't negotiate. He eliminates. So if Ezra really did align with Laura, then yeah, his fate might already be sealed. And this is where the storyline becomes absolutely chilling. Because it's not just about killing Ezra. It's about what Sidwell does after. The spoilers suggest something so twisted, so calculated, that I actually had to reread it. Sidwell might send Ezra's body to Laura. Let that sink in. A body delivered to her house. Who does that? That's not just murder. That's psychological warfare. That's a message. That's Sidwell saying, I see you, I know what you're doing, and this is what happens to people who cross me. I'm getting chills just thinking about it. And it doesn't stop there. Of course it doesn't. Because Sidwell isn't just brutal. He's smart. He already framed Laura and Sonny once for Dalton's death. He manipulated the narrative, controlled the evidence, and turned them into suspects. So what's stopping him from doing it again? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And that's exactly what makes this so frustrating and so addictive at the same time. Because we're watching Laura walk straight into a trap. Again. She receives Ezra's body. She panics. Of course she does. Who wouldn't? And then she calls Sonny. Sonny. And this is where Min just lost it. Because I get it. I really do. Sonny is someone who knows how to handle situations. He's experienced. He's resourceful. But at the same time, this is exactly what Sidwell wants. Don't you see it? By involving Sonny, Laura is tying herself even deeper into something that can be twisted, manipulated, and used against her. They're going to try to handle the body, cover it up, make it disappear. And in doing so, they're basically writing Sidwell's story for him. A perfect setup. I mean, think about it. Sidwell could easily stage the scene, plant evidence, and suddenly it looks like Laura and Sonny murdered Ezra to silence him. And boom, they're trapped. Again, it's like watching someone run into a burning building because they think they can control the fire. You can't control this fire. And the most frustrating part, Laura thinks she's fighting back. She thinks she's taking control of her life, protecting her family, standing up to Sidwell. But in reality, she's still dancing to his tune. And that breaks something in me, honestly. Because I've rooted for her for so long. I've seen her survive so much. And now, she's being outplayed at every turn. And I keep asking myself, when is she going to realize it? When is she going to stop reacting and start truly outsmarting him? Or is that even possible? Because Sidwell is being written as this almost unstoppable force. The kind of villain who doesn't just win battles, he reshapes the entire battlefield. And I don't know about you, but Min is both obsessed and terrified. Like, I can't look away. I need to know what happens next. But at the same time, I'm dreading it. Because if this keeps going the way it's going, things are going to get a lot worse before they get better. And Lulu? I'm still not convinced she's safe. Not even a little bit. Because if Sidwell really wants to break Laura, he won't just attack her directly. He'll go after what she loves. And that is what scares me the most. So yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Stressed, invested, slightly unhinged. Call I Jong Min Kong? Because I feel like we're all being emotionally manipulated by this storyline just as much as Laura is being manipulated by Sidwell. And honestly, I'm not ready for what's coming next.